Hi friends, today we are going to discuss something regarding presentation. Presentation has a crucial role in our professionalism. So let us see in this video what are the requirements or qualities of a good presentation. How can present a topic in front of an audience in an attractive professional manner? What are the techniques of a presentation? And which are the different presentation postures, etc. We will discuss one by one. Let us move first, that is professional presentation. We know that professional presentation means presentation is an art. As far as a professional people are concerned, even though they are highly professionals, their presentation is not up to the mark. In such a way, we can say that presentation is an inborn quality, or it's an art. It can be trained to certain extent. Even presenters have enough knowledge on the topic being presented, but the presentation style is not up to the mark. So we can say that there are three primary skills that contribute presentation in an attractive manner. First one, that is verbal communication skill, and another one, that is non-verbal communication skill, and then next, that is content. These three elements can make a presentation as very professional manner. How verbal communication skill contribute to the efficient presentation? Let us see. Suppose we are presenting a matter in front of an audience. Voice tone, pitch, volume, voice modulation, etc. that reflect the attention of audience. Over and above, strong grammatical knowledge, high vocabulary or rich vocabulary are able to express what they are intended to present in front of an audience. So communication in terms of verbal, that can be made into an effective through combining these simple techniques, or through voice modulation, controlling voice tone or volume, etc. Then another one, that is non-verbal communication. While we are reading a newspaper in front of an audience without any emotion, it will not reflect to the audience, or a presenter cannot attract or cannot catch the attention of the people sitting in front of the presenter. Through body language, along with presenting non-verbal communication, he or she can catch the attention of the audience by expressing their eye contacts, movement of bodies, facial expression, gestures, etc. So we can say that compiling these non-verbal communication or presentation can be make it effective or professional. The next one, that is content. We know the importance of content as far as a professional presentation is concerned. Without the content, presentation will not be a professional one. The use of language, words, dialogues, signposts, etc. reflect the ability to present or the confidence level or ability to deliver about the content, etc. So, knowledge regarding the content what they want to present automatically reflect the presentation. So we can say that verbal communication, no verbal communication, content contribute, make a presentation as a professional one. The next, that is element of good presentation or professional presentation. We know how can we present a paper or a presentation in a professional manner, or what are the requisites of professional presentation. Let us see one by one. First one, that is introduction. We know without introduction of any presentation, audience cannot understand what presenter want to deliver or what they are doing to. So effective introduction or simple and clean introduction should tell the audience exactly about the topic. That gives enough hints and clues about the topic, that provide an idea regarding the coverage area, etc., regarding the topic presented in front of the audience. So introduction helps to make a presentation as a professional one. The next, body of the content. Body of the content means material or fact or what the material or what is the body or real facts of the presentation. It should be very clear, straight and understandable. Body or content of the presentation should be logically arranged. It should not overlap and misappropriate. Chronological or sequential order of the body is an essential for making a presentation as a professional one. The next, that is summary. As we know, summary means is a concluding or nutshell of the presentation. Always audience pays a closest attention at two stages in a presentation. First one, that is summary, and the last one, that is introduction. Good introduction helps the presenter to present and half of the portion or half of the presentation is done if the introduction is good, and the rest portion can be complete through professional summary. It's a colloquial a term or a phrase which we are always using. Presentation can be a professional one by arranging introduction and summary. Then next one, that is an additional area, that is visual aids. Use of enough visual aids helps to catch the attention of the audience. Our research shows that 87.9% of what we learn is learned visually. This statistics gives an insight to the importance of visual aids in our presentation. So from this it is very clear, all of us, we have to give enough attention to these four elements: introduction, body, summary, and usage of visual aid helps our presentation in a professional manner. Then we move to the next, that is presentation techniques. Suppose we want to present a topic in front of an audience, there are different techniques we have. Many techniques we are followed for presenting a topic based on the situations or circumstances. The main aim of the presentation is to communicate his messages to the audience. For accomplishing this target, presenter use his own ideas or techniques. It may be verbal communication or non-verbal communication. Let us see some important techniques which are useful for business people to communicate effectively. First one, gather information. That means, as a part of the preparation of presentation, tell other people about the topic chosen and ask them what they would want to hear about the subject. Is a participative mechanism. On the basis of their responses, further research can be made to gather information needed for the presentation. This type of presentations we are always seen in motivation classes. First, the motivator elicits what audience want to get. From the responses of the audience, trainer getting to a conclusion what kind of motivation or what kind of information give to the, or what kind of information needed by the audience sitting in front of the trainer. The next techniques, that is write down main ideas. This is a common method which is used by teachers or other professional teams. Speaker has to write down his main ideas in a format. By using this outline or script, presenter present or deliver his speech or content. During the period of or during the time of presentation, he may give attention to the script or paper or format that helps to give, or that helps to maintain a rapport or a sequential order of the presentation. We know our former President of India, APJ Abdul Kalam, always follow this kind of presentation while he deliver a content to the audience. And another technique that is develop introduction and conclusion. By using this technique, a presenter develop a good introduction and conclusion. We already discussed a good introduction helps to complete half of the presentation. So introduction must present the topic and attract the audience, giving them a reason to listen the speaker, stories or questions, etc. In conclusion, he has to summarize the content and leave the audience. This is the simplest techniques. So from this discussion, it is clear the importance of introduction and conclusion. We can say that introduction and conclusion should be precise and clean. The next, practice the speech. Is another important techniques which is used by some trainers. Practice helps to improve the confidence and comfortability to transact or to present the content or topic. Presentation helps for proper modulation, volume, eye contact and gestures. This practice can be possible in front of a mirror to see his own or her own gestures or facial expression or body language or any other mannerisms. By practicing, he or she can mold or develop positive mannerisms and eliminate negative mannerisms. And the next one, that is delivery style. That means it's a common method. Merely a reading of material with the communicator, it's not a correct method for a proper delivery of content. It is enough to limit the notes or items given on the slides, their faces, and the rest of the explanation must come automatically in the presentation. We know telling of stories is a method of delivery style. It is beneficial to experiment the involvement of techniques such as questioning, exercise, etc. Another important techniques for presentation is use of podium. Is also a common method. A podium is used by the presenter standing behind the podium and delivering what they want to present. It's a method of technique. It helps to make some sort of confidence as a beginners. The next, length of delivery. We have to decide and design the length of the speech or presentation before presenting in front of an audience, because the length of the presentation affect the presentation style or presentation professionalism. If the time or the length of the presentation in between 15 to 30, it helps to retain the attention of the audience. Various research are shows that a presenter can retain the attention of the audience at least 20 or 25 minutes for a single sitting. The next important thing, that is eye contact. Let us discuss these as a group one: eye contact, voice, question and answer session. We know eye contact is an essential to get the attention of the audience. Suppose we are presenting a matter in front of an audience. By looking the entire two eyes of the audience, that will helps to keep a rapport with the audience. Same as voice modulation also make effective our presentation. Voice is a natural one, but voice can be made effective by modulation, pitch variation, etc. Then next, that is question and answer session. It's a wonderful session that make our presentation very active or a pragmatic style. Question and answer session helps the audience to make active, and it helps to ensure the active participation of each and every audience sitting for watching the presentation. These are the important techniques which are used for presentation in businesses. Now we can see there are different presentation posters. We know posters means, suppose a presenter want to present a content in front of an audience. Poster is an important part of the presentation. Poster means the way in which someone usually hold their shoulder, necks and backs, or a particular position in which someone stands or sits, etc. Generally, posture means the way in which we are using our hands, our fingers, our palms, necks, head, etc. while we are presenting. So we can see there are different postures we have. Successful leaders identified several postures. We know Steve Jobs, Barack Obama, and like people are using some special postures while they are delivering or presenting a topic. Let us see one by one. First one, standing posture. Standing posture is simply means when speakers stand in a strong and steady position with his feet about a shoulder width apart, that shows he is in control. He feel in control. That reflect the self-confidence, etc. All these are a psychological reading of body languages. Suppose we are sitting in a straight, our body is keeping straight. That give a message to the audience. He has some confidence to present. The next, hands. We can keep our hands in different ways. He can, or a speaker can rest his hands in more than two places. Let us see, for example, we have two options. First, to rest the hands at his side with your fingers slightly curled. That give a message that strange. That another option, keep the hands or rest on hands within the other, keeping both at navel level when not gesturing. Nesting is a nice option. So in such a way, there are different postures or ways we can use our body or hands, etc. All these postures give different messages to the audience. The next important posture, that is holding like a basketball. Holding like a basketball. We know the pictorial representation of basketball. Gesturing as if you were holding basketball between your hands is a good indicator of confidence and control. Suppose people are doing this posture that give a message regarding the confidence and control level of the presenter. I already told you Steve Jobs frequently used this posture in his speeches. The next two important posture, that is palm up, palm down. Palm up indicates openness and honesty, whereas palm down also gives some positive as a sign of strength, authority and assertiveness. We are observed that Barack Obama, former president of America, has often used this posture, palm down posture. Then next one, that is steeple the hands. This is another important posture which is prefer some speakers. That means steeple their hands, which is when all five fingertips on one hand touch with five fingertips on the opposite hand. This posture also gives some message regarding the confidence to speakers. Then another important posture, that is change the posture or change the position. A speaker want to follow same position throughout the presentation, that is somewhat bored. So the main important point regarding these techniques or this indicator or position, a good presenter always change his position frequently throughout the presentation depending upon the structure and system of the presentation. Maintaining same position throughout the presentation that lose the attention of the audience. By these words, let us conclude today's video. Then next we have another area, that is written communication and different types of written communication, etc. Thank you all.